stage carved from stone and memory, where faces of legends watch over the living. There stirred a wind no one believed in, a whisper wrapped in loneliness, a storm no one could yet see. He ran through empty streets of laughter not his own, a child marked by silence, by glances that turned away like fading light. Naruto Uzumaki, a name carried by echoes, not embraces, a soul shouting into a world that would not answer. Within him, a fire caged in fury, the roar of Kurama, a beast of ruin, a legacy of fear that stained his very breath. They saw a monster. He felt a void. But oh, what is a void, if not a space waiting to be filled with light? I will be seen, he swore to the sky, not in whispers, but in thunder. I will be known, not for what I carry, but for who I become. And the wind listened. Through trials etched in sweat and stubborn hope, he stumbled, fell, rose again, a rhythm stronger than talent, louder than doubt. Beside him walked bonds like fragile threads. Sasuke, a shadow of vengeance cloaked in silence, and Sakura Haruno, a heart learning the strength of its own voice. Together, Team 7, not perfect, but real, guided by laughter and wisdom entwined, there stood a man of legends and mischief, Jiraiya, the toad sage, the wandering flame, who saw not a curse, but a possibility. Strength is not born in solitude, he taught. It is forged in bonds, in pain, in loss. And so the boy learned, not just to fight, but to care, not just to win, but to protect. Storms gathered. From shadows deeper than night itself, rose the harbingers of despair, the Akatsuki, cloaked in red clouds of ruin, each step a ripple of chaos across the world. Among them, Pain, a god forged from suffering, who spoke of peace through destruction, of silence through loss, and Naruto stood before him, not as a hero, but as a question. What is peace, he asked, if built on endless pain? And in that moment, the boy who was once ignored became a voice that could not be silenced. The battle was not just of fists and chakra, but of ideals, of hearts clashing like thunder in a broken sky. And Naruto, he chose not hatred, but understanding, not revenge, but hope. The world began to change, yet deeper still lay a bond not yet healed, a brotherhood fractured by darkness. Sasuke, lost to the shadows he could not escape, walked a path of vengeance that carved his soul into silence. And Naruto, he followed, not to defeat, but to save, across valleys that remembered their past clash, where destiny once shattered the earth. They met again, lightning against wind, hatred against hope. Why do you chase me? Sasuke roared, and Naruto, bruised, broken, unyielding, answered not with words alone, but with every step forward. Because you're my friend. The world held its breath. Blows fell like falling stars, each strike a memory, each clash a confession, until at last, strength gave way to truth, and in the silence that followed, two warriors lay not as enemies, but as boys who had finally been heard. Above them, the sky stretched endless and forgiving. Time passed, as it always does, carrying scars into stories, turning pain into purpose, and the boy who was once alone stood at last where dreams are carved into reality. Naruto Uzumaki, not as the outcast, not as the vessel, but as the Hokage, a leader not defined by power, but by heart, a flame not consuming, but guiding, the will of fire, burning brighter than any darkness that came before. So remember this, legends are not born perfect, they are forged, in rejection, in struggle, in the courage to keep going, when the world says stop. And somewhere, In every dream that feels too far away, there echoes a voice. Loud, relentless, unstoppable. I never give up. That is the story of Naruto. Not just a tale of ninjas and battles, but of a boy who refused to be forgotten and became unforgettable.